Teens with strict parents, how did you fight back against them? I tried talking to them about it, explaining how I was responsible, but they didn't care. Our house, our rules. Okay, cool. So I decided to fight back, but not in the way they'd expect. I started following every single rule they ever made, but to the extreme. They said no phone after 7 p.m. I turned it off at 6:55 p.m. and handed it to them like I was surrendering evidence. They said be home by 5 p.m. I'd show up at 4:30 p.m. and just sit in the living room staring at them until they got uncomfortable. Bedtime at 9 p.m. I'd be in bed at 8:45 p.m. Lights off, not moving, like I was rehearsing for my own funeral. But here's where it gets good. They also had this rule about family time, where we'd all eat dinner together and talk about our day. So I took that very seriously. I started talking about everything. My entire day, minute by minute. So at 8:47 a.m. I walked to my locker. Took 23 seconds to open it. Then I saw this kid drop his pencil. So I picked it up, handed it to him. He said thanks. I said no problem. Then I walked to class, sat down, pulled out my notebook, realized I forgot a pen. Borrowed one from Sarah. She gave me a blue one. I prefer black, but I said thank you anyway. I would go on for hours. My mom would try to interrupt, but I'd look at her and say, "You wanted family time. I'm giving you family time." My dad would start checking his watch. My little sister would excuse herself to the bathroom and never come back, but I kept going. I described the exact texture of my cafeteria pizza, the number of steps it took to get from English to math, and the full breakdown of a conversation I had about the weather. One night I spent 45 minutes explaining how I tied my shoes that morning. My mom put her fork down and just stared at the wall like she was questioning her entire existence. After 2 weeks of this, they snapped. My dad pulled me aside and was like, "What are you doing?" And I just told them I was being the perfect child they wanted. They realized how ridiculous they were being, and we actually had a real conversation for the first time. They loosened up on the rules, gave me my phone back after 7 p.m., and now I have the most freedom I've ever had, all because I annoyed them into submission. Turns out the best rebellion is just being obedient in the most obnoxious way possible.